full of enthusiasm and your textbook ivory tower ideals. And it's been so nice seeing you be able to relax into yourself and have some confidence. I'm not saying you're anxious, but what I'm saying is relax. You've got this. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, you guys. Like, I mean, I don't think I gave it the same tone as I just related to you. You guys, he teared up a little bit.
Sweet.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I forgot one of my lines. I'm like, I've given you as much as I can.
Oh, that's funny. I'm using that one.
Twitter
but here's the thing.
Me, by the way.
He actually.
I want you to know I'm stealing that in the future.
I've given you as much as I can. Like,
Yeah.
what you do with that, that's your business.
Get him.
But here's the thing. He teared up a little bit. It was like that. He was happy about it.
He did.
Or maybe he's just glad I didn't savage him in front of everyone else. Maybe it was tears of joy for avoiding that.
Maybe.
I've almost made it to the end of this job without June savaging me in front of everyone I work with.
Very close. Very close. Get there.
Oh, there's still Monday, baby. There's still Monday.
I like how you're just licking your lips behind the tree. It's like, I'll get his ass.
that meme where there were the guys looking from behind the tree and rubbing his hands.
Yeah. Just
hey, MJP.
Hey,
Saw
girl.
you pop up. I didn't hear you though.
Hey, girl. How's everybody's levels? Let's all check levels.
Well, you got an ass though.
The level
doing
is
good.
high.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Yep, soundboard's fine.
Well, no, wait. MJP wasn't here for the soundboard edition.
I've been wondering if my room has the right amount of swords in it.
There we go.
Oh, it's the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy! That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah.
There we go.
Poppin' fresh.
It took me forever to remember. I was like, what does that fucking remind me of?
Oh, hold on, I got it. Hey, True, what about poppin' Chinese? What about poppin' Chinese? It's perfect.
And the saddest thing is he never comes on here anymore.
Yeah.
So he'll never hear it.
That's the perfect thing. That's perfect. He'll never know we did this. Oh, True, what if you were gay? But what if you were a gay little dandy lad?
Oh, that motherfucker. I love him though.
Yeah, it's pretty. Do you have anything deeper? I wish I should go back and find some more of his deeper laughs to just get like 9 of his laughs.
I think there were 2 because it was. The thing is, these were voice recordings like on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know how you can do the little voice memos? And I can't remember what it was originally, but there was like something that happened like in the chat or whatever. And so like he forwarded it, like the post to like their to our, our private one.
Yeah.
And the voice message responses were just him laughing his fucking ass off. So I've got the rest of that one because that was like a fucking minute. and I think I have another one floating around somewhere. So I'll see if I can get some other good clips. But no, but that one is all the high pitched giggle, and then the parts where he's laughing so hard he's not even making noise,
Well,
and
yeah.
he tries to talk, and then he's just like. I'm as happy as a little girl.
Yeah. True. What we're gonna do instead of the band Devo, now it's You're a Hoe. Say, look, this guy laughs at anything. It's great. Somebody try. So try your worst joke right now. No? Okay, I'll
Horse
go
walks
again.
into the bar and says, "Why the long face?" Or the
Why?
bartender says, "Why the long face?" I already fucked it up. See, worst joke
All
ever.
right.
Can't even do it right.
Man walks into a bar with a toad on his head. Bartender says, "What's the deal?" And the toad says, "Started out as a wart on my ass." There we go.
Okay, hold on, I got one. Harvey Dent's talking to Rachel in Batman Begins, or in The Dark Knight, and she's like, do you think you're really gonna sleep with Bruce? And he just flips a coin at her, and it's just on both sides, it's heads, but it's a heads giving a blowjob, and he's like, "Oh, I'll get Bruce. I make my own suck." That was goddamn good. I don't know what you fucking plebes are up to. That shit was fire.
Oh, I laughed. I was just muted because I didn't want to be making extraneous background noise. Sorry.
You should be laughing. At this point, it's bad.
I am laughing, but I'm also exhibiting microphone discipline.
No, microphone discipline. What show are we on right now? Is this the fucking Good Time Production Boys?
All right. Well, then
Professional
I'm just
show.
gonna leave. Then I'm just gonna leave the mic on, and like, if I ordered delivery, you'll have to listen to me interacting with the very nice person that I gave a generous tip to. Because if somebody is going to come to my fucking house and bring me shit, you know,
Yeah.
I almost feel like I should pay them as much as I'm paying for the shit.
You're right.
We need to get that funky fake dolphin noise to blurp out swear words.
Yeah, it's better this way because it really sounds. I just said like, or I could have said.
Wait, Dan, didn't you have like some sort of filter at one point that would just automatically mute you?
It was something like that.
Yeah, because I swear, like, I remember there being episodes where like you were talking and it would just sort of magically fuzz out around certain words. I don't know.
Words like and plus.
See, it's not as natural now.
What are you talking about?
It's never not gonna make me laugh.
It's never not gonna be funny.
Anyway, thanks for listening to me rant, y'all.
You're good. So.
Oh my God!
I thought you were gonna say.
Y'all.
I thought you were gonna say. And thanks everybody for listening to the Sons of Tree Hair. It's a wrap.
That's it, folks. Back it up. Go home.
Back it up. Let's call it a night.
I don't even think it started yet. I didn't get the announcement.
It did.
Oh. Well, fuck me then. I mean, beep me then.
I was too slow. I was too slow on that one. You got away with that bullshit. See? I'm all out now. I'm gonna do that so many times it's funny again.
Hey, it's there just for you, buddy.
Yeah.
So we bombed Israel, eh? Or not Israel, Iran. My bad. I wish we bombed Israel. My bad.
Yeah,
that was a Freudian slip. Freudian slip.
There are 14 people dead in Tel Aviv over the bombings.
Right?
They're calling it the 12-day war.
The 12-day
Someone
war.
is calling it that.
Yeah, it ain't me.
I want to talk. This is a little bit related to because all the news now is just involving Israel one way or the other. Zoran Mamdani is looking like he's the New York mayoral frontrunner for the
Don't
general
fuck
election
with
as
the
a Democrat.
Zoran.
Well, the Jewish and Israeli populations are like they're like sounding the alarm and freaking out. And I gotta tell you right now, I don't think, in retrospect, that those are real Jews in Israel. And the reason for that is that if they were real Jews, then about every 4 seconds they would have thoughts of suicide, and it would be like a blissful release from the misery that God inflicts upon us every second of the day. And these people are like terrified because he threatens it. He in their minds is a sign of impending doom instead of the sweet release of death from this mortal coil. So I don't think they're real Jews. Like, you can't be anti-Semitic to an Israeli in my mind because they're not real Jews. The Hasids, yeah, but like that's it. That's not real
So
Jews.
why are, I mean, like, I guess he's considered a progressive, right? Like, I honestly don't know a lot about him. I mean, like, I'm coming into this pretty fucking blind, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's an open socialist.
The Democratic Socialist.
Okay.
Yeah. Standard
He's
fare
a
stuff.
fucking-
Okay. So, like, I guess a lot, like, why are people freaking out so bad? I guess I don't get it.
New York's
Oh.
like the biggest police state on the planet.
True.
You know, so they're like, oh,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, what if we don't have the police here to commit all the rapes? What do we do then? There'll be people going unraised in New York.
We're gonna have more black people because they're gonna stop killing them.
Well, there's
them in politics now is basically like a mega crazy communist running, whereas everyone else is Nazi.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Farmy, I'm gonna direct you to a podcast that you might not listen to routinely. It's called The Distraction. It's made by the folks at Defector. And it's nominally a sports podcast, just like the site is nominally a sports site. But they talked about this a little bit on their last episode, and one of the things is like, so there's your people like Cuomo and the people that support him, and these are all people who would never want to be in New York except that that's where the money is. And they're all convinced that it's like this fucking horror show, and like everything there is shit and we're gonna fix it up. Right?
You're right.
But then there's all the people that actually fucking live in New York and like it, except for like they would like certain things to be nicer. So it's just a different perspective. Like,
right.
Do you love the city, but like you would like better garbage pickup, say, or like, not to have to work 5 jobs to afford living with like 12 other people in a shoebox,
right.
Versus people who think the entire idea of that city is disgusting and want it to be a little Disneyland that you drop into occasionally where people suck your ass because you have money and they know you have money.
Well, and I also figured I figured it had something to do with that they're also, I would assume that, people are probably thinking that he's going to raise the taxes on the rich way out of control.
Well, I mean, but the thing is that
whatever.
Which would be
that's
good.
something they're conjecturing.
It would be good.
A 2%,
but I highly doubt that's even going to happen.
A 2% on 1 million on gross over 1 million is what he was proposing,
Oh no.
which amounted to roughly what it was like $2,000 or something stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's not.
But
That is nothing.
but it's on principle because that takes away from line go up.
Right, exactly. And I know that like it's predominantly a lot of rich fucking people in New York in a lot of areas now, not everywhere, clearly, but
Well, but like the people that would be Cuomo voters.
Yeah.
right.
The
You know,
Cuomo
not even the
Yeah, because
people that he was.
all I saw on Twitter was Brianna Wu being like, "We're so fucked." And I was just like, "What?" Like, I just
she should
Follow
not be allowed to
Brianna
horny
Wu?
post.
Ew.
right.
She should not be allowed to
What'd
horny
you
post. That's not fair.
What'd you say,
You did that
MGP?
to yourself. I said you did that to yourself by following Brianna Wu. Like you still go follow
No, no,
Brianna
no.
Wu.
It was
Yeah.
just I don't follow
It
Brianna
gets
Wu. It
cross
was just
posted onto our
yeah,
timeline by people quote tweeting.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
that's bullshit.
Or somebody was quoting it on something else too. Like, yeah, I just happened. I was like, like I said, I was just wondering what the fuck they were all freaking out about. Which I mean, it makes sense now, but
Well, his platform is not predicated on eradicating the homeless, the mentally ill, and the poor who are eyesores when you're taking your limo to wherever. You know, like if it's not going to eradicate the uglies
And
and
he's
the
a communist.
poors, well,
yeah.
then,
If you're not willing to shoot the homeless for sport,
well, exactly. You know, they're fucking up your view.
If you're not selling your daughter to like a rich billionaire, your 13-year-old daughter to a rich billionaire, then you're inhuman.
The Sons of Trier today came out in favor of uggos, grossies, and butternut
Did you guys?
squashes.
If
Her name is like
if
I
your
think.
child isn't working hours of the Industrial Revolution, then you're too far left for them.
Yeah.
Well,
There
no,
was
no, no.
a
But for those people, it's not your children. I mean, it's our children. Their children don't need to do that. That would be absurd.
That's true.
Yeah,
But
they're like the opposite of a NIMBY.
Mm-hmm.
right,
Like,
because the thing is,
literally only in
Yes,
my backyard, but
yes,
not in
in
my
your
yard.
backyard.
It's in your backyard.
Yeah, that's how they operate.
the yibbies.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds wonderful. Put that in your yard immediately. I would like to perhaps have you see Andrew Cuomo molest someone.
Oh yeah, you're
again.
homosexual.
Yes,
You
I
remember that
am.
homosexuals?
Oh my God, those. I wonder how those broads are handling it right now. They've got to be like suicidal. That's awesome.
I mean, one could argue they've always been, but
Yeah, that's got to be great right now. Just the worst women you know.
And if
Just
they
like I
weren't
want to die.
suicidal, how can we make them
they're
such?
Yeah,
homicidal.
yeah. If they aren't, how do we fix that?
So there was
Absolute worst women.
a journalist during Biden's during the recent presidential election. She was having a really hard time getting like conservatives to talk about, you know, their politics. So she decided, because she was a good looking woman, she decided that she's gonna go on the right wing dating app and
Oh,
and
oh.
go that route. So she ended up, going on all these dates with these, like, she ended up going on something like 50, it was a whole year she spent doing this. It was like 56 dates.
With
And
Is she still alive?
yeah, she's fine. She said she had some sketchy moments. Of course she did. Like one of the weirdest ones was, and that's what I was going to talk about, was this was a full-blown Nazi that took her to a Nazi meeting, like took her
Holy shit.
to a white supremacist meeting. And she said the whole time she was there, they never talked about white supremacy. They bitched about their girlfriends and their wives and talked about how to manipulate them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Who, by the way, does all the work while they just sit around and bitch about them?
Yeah.
Right. So
Well,
it was.
I mean, if those women have played their cards right, the hell.
It's the Quentin Tarantino thing. Who do you think is out there sewing up the hood so they can go fucking walking around in their KKK regalia?
Doing over there?
Right. It
The
was,
fuck
but it was really. It was really interesting to like hear her talk about how, yeah, she went to this meeting and they didn't talk about anything except how like one of the things I talked about was, you know, if your girlfriend or your wife pisses you off, you don't talk to them for 3 days.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, that'll show them.
So they're like,
you shutting the fuck up is gonna show them.
they're like, well, it's those narcissistic traits. Like that's a form of abuse, right? Because like you're not
Well,
talking it out, you're not doing
Well,
anything.
Hold on.
It's a form of abuse, except
Yeah.
when them not talking to you is preferable, in which
True.
case it's a reward.
Yeah, like you're rewarding them. Like now all you're doing is encouraging women to piss you. Like what you should do then if they piss you off is you talk to them more because you're a Nazi. So like definitely they're gonna be like, oh no, this Nazi was talking to me.
Now what those motherfuckers definitely hate is the woman giving them the gray rock treatment. They do not deal with that well at
No.
all. I
No,
know
no,
this
no.
from experience.
That
Ugh.
If they can't get a reaction out of the woman by saying nasty shit, oh, they get mad.
That's why they think it's effective. That's why they think
Right.
it's effective.
Because they're like,
It
oh,
works on them.
when you ignore me, that's when I get fisty. So they think they're punishing you when actually they're rewarding you, and their cramped brains can't, and that's it. All goes back to empathy, right?
Yeah.
You
They really
have
cannot
to
picture themselves with another person's opinion in mind.
Empathy.
Well,
Empathy. Isn't that a left wing conspiracy?
It is in
empathy
many ways.
empathy requires that you think of other people as human beings with the same value as you, as humans.
No.
Yeah, they require copious amounts of psychedelics to learn that one.
I
and even then, they
apologize,
just go
dude.
libertarian.
You're right. I think you meant the same value in terms of human value, not. And I apologize.
That is exactly.
I thought
yeah,
you meant other people were also Nazis.
No, not the same values, but the same value as you as a human.
Yeah.
Like worthy of respect and having like their
That
own
doesn't sound
internal
right.
life.
That doesn't sound right at all.
solve this just by giving them fucking Sesame Street.
They'd have to watch it, and also, if those kids could read, they'd be so upset with you right now.
Yeah.
If those Nazis could read, they'd be so mad.
Oh.
But their homeschool academy taught them useful skills. Who the fuck needs to read?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
In other news, turns out Hitler wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Fuck that guy.
Mein Kampf was a shittily and poorly written book. People are like,
his military actions were, if they went on even a second longer, they would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Wait, but like when it comes to Mein Kampf, I mean, shouldn't we blame his editor?
No, I don't think he had an editor.
Well, there's the problem.
I got a serious question for 1 second. Have you tried to read it?
Yeah.
I never
Yes,
have.
I've tried,
Got
and
me
I
there.
can't get past the first page, dude. I'm not even gonna lie.
It reeks of an entitled 3-year-old.
It's
Yes,
do
it
you guys
is
know how it
so.
starts?
Woe is me.
No, it doesn't start with woe is me. It starts with I was a
I'm so
dandy
great.
lad. I was a dandy lad in Bavaria. I'm a free thinker. My dad tried to tell me how to think, but I told my dad no. I thought he was dumb and I was smarter than him. It was that time that I learned that I was a smart, good boy. I'm Adolf fucking Hitler. That's
The
how that book
chosen
starts.
Yeah,
one.
like
It's
dude,
Wait,
it's
the exact
are
whiny.
you
same
sure?
bullshit.
Are you sure, Dan, that the copy you had didn't have a preface written by that kid on the internet that was like, I got red pilled when my mom tried to make me take medication for my constipation?
No. Here's the thing. Most Nazi writings are really, really like, they're really angry and they're
Simplistic
really
and dumb.
depressed. They're really angry and depressed. Hitler starts out with, I'm so great. I'm a bad boy. I'm Adolf Hitler. I got in fights and arguments and I'm proud of it. Look at me. I'm stronger than you. You're weak. I'm a tough boy. Grr. Like, it is the
I'll never
sissiest
fight you
shit.
directly.
Yeah.
I don't know how to curl a fist,
Yeah.
but I know how to seethe.
Right wingers
I know how to
stop being
fit. I know how to
fucking
do fisting. I don't know how to do a fist.
right
Ah,
wingers stop being fucking just the dumbest people on the planet. Challenge level impossible.
dude, it's fucking baby
Well,
shit. It's
but
honest to God.
it's by design because they hate intellectuals. They hate people
Yeah.
that think. It's like
Yeah, because
look at their
you know,
prime.
I will listen, I will look it up, and I will read. I will try to read the thing. So like, someone says, "Hey, read this." I'm like, "All right," even if it is as a historical document. Yeah, sure, I'll try to read my comp. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Because it's
Then they'll
bad.
say, "Don't read." Then they'll say, "Don't read the Communist Manifesto," and I'm like, "All right, well." And I try to read it, and I'm like, "Oh, this makes fucking sense."
But yeah, oh yeah, that one's spitting fire. But yeah, no, like this one's just bit. You're like, why can't I read Mein Kampf? This book is actually terrible. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's premised on like, again, it's just premised on like, what if I was the bad little boy and you like picture him in like a diaper with a lollipop, licking it, and he's like, I'm a
I want
bad little
I want
boy.
East egg.
Yeah. He's not. It's not a good book.
So
It's just not a good. That's the problem. The book sucks. Like that's really it. Like when, especially like liberals too, are really afraid of like if you read Mein Kampf, you'll become a Nazi. If Mein Kampf makes you a Nazi, A, bitch, you were already a Nazi, and B, God, you suck. You are just fucking insufferable.
And none of
like
them are
not
actually reading it. None of them are
No.
actually reading it.
no.
Well, because like again,
Uh,
it reads like okay, it reads like a bitchy drag queen's memoirs. Like
Well, that
that's what it
explains
reads
why
like.
Trump supposedly liked it.
He didn't read it. He
He
can't.
didn't read it.
Well,
That motherfucker does not read. He reads it
He,
at third
He
grade
saw
reading
the
level.
picture
Shut the
book.
fuck up.
if he can read at a third grade level, that's what he's reading at. There's
That's
no.
what I'm saying.
maybe
That's what I'm saying.
somebody
He got to
read it
sound it
to
out, and
him.
he's got to get help. He's
Yeah.
got to get help, and he's like every other word. He's like, "What's this word?" Have you ever seen Trump read anything? Have you
No.
ever seen even a
Well,
single
no, because he
bill,
doesn't.
a single
Well,
thing he signed? He reads nothing. He cannot read.
No.
well,
He can't fucking read.
the other thing is
Trump
like
reading. What a fucking joke that is.
apparently his vision is not great, but
Oh yeah. Blame his
okay,
vision
they
for a whole
now
lifetime of
listen.
not reading.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
listen. Now listen. Now listen.
All right.
They say he's too vain to get glasses,
Mm-hmm.
but I think maybe the problem is that he can't read the eye chart.
Yeah. He's too fat.
Like, what's
It's
that?
the consequence is the same. He's
Identify
still
the
not reading the
letter.
shit.
How would he know?
Right.
Is
they
that a
need to bring
D
out
or
the
an
Said if he
kid
S?
could
one
read
Like,
where
who
right
they
the
now.
fuck
identify.
knows?
They need to bring out the kid one where you identify like that's a boat.
Hell, bring this motherfucker Braille if that's what it takes to get him to read these bills he signed.
He's
Oh, well, you would have to have like a whole concept.
Give him
before
a
you-
speak and say, for fucking Christ's sake.
And that's when the bill goes moo.
Am I
Did
right,
I get it
guys?
right?
The
Bill
big,
says moo. Am
beautiful
I right,
Bill
guys?
goes.
It just plays like school. It just plays Schoolhouse Rock songs for him.
No, that's way too advanced.
Yeah, that is too advanced.
That's
I
true.
gotta be serious.
True.
We're trying to not be. We're trying.
Yeah,
not
he's
to
on row your boat, and he's like sitting there watching it, reading it, listening in suspense.
Row
Oh, where's this going, folks?
your boat. Row
Could go
it.
anywhere.
Do you think
Row
Trump has
it.
ever seen Baby Shark?
We would know. He could not help himself. He'd be like, it's like that shark is a baby. I love him. I love the baby shark. The shark baby is great.
Baby Shark is outlawed from the White House because he will be obsessing over it for 2 weeks.
The baby shark is great. I'm gonna try to have him on The Apprentice. I'm gonna try to have him on.
My favorite. Do you remember when everybody on the internet was doing those, like, anonymous such and such staffer accounts? My favorite fake one, like, report of from that was when they were like, they've got Gorilla TV on the. Do you remember that?
That's pretty good.
I don't remember that.
Baby shark. He's a shark who's a baby. I love him. He's never been mean to me.
They said that they had like a fake cable channel on like the White House TVs that was Gorilla TV, and it was just like gorilla nature shit, like from National Geographic or whatever, 24/7. And he thought it was a real channel, but they basically made it up and put it on to calm him. And apparently that was not true. But I liked the idea of it. And it was actually, if it had been true, it would probably be the most human and endearing thing about him.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry to disappoint you. There's nothing human nor endearing about him.
I know. And that's the shitty thing of it, right? That I felt better thinking about something that I knew was bullshit.
Yeah.
Thinking like,
well, that's how they get you, though. That's how they get you, though. They always do this.
Right.
Oh, let's throw a pity party for the fucking Nazis.
That's how this whole system gets you.
Let's humanize the billionaires, even though they got the intellectual capacity of a fucking 3-year-old.
The moral capacity.
Andrew Cuomo.
The moral capacity of a newborn.
Yeah.
A stillborn.
Cuomo, he's from a great political family. He's got friends in high places. He knows what to do.
Not friends, ally.
You
not
brought
not
me
friends, interest.
onto
it's that same fantasy
podcast, and yet you haven't let me touch your hair. I'm Andrew Cuomo. I'm Italian. I want to hug and kiss you. Smooch, smooch. Let me
quote unquote, the boyfriend
you.
looks nice.
Quote unquote, the boyfriend looks nice. I keep turning him into Norman Finkelstein is what I keep doing. That would be awesome though if Norman Finkelstein was him. I'm just gonna run with it. If I was Andrew Cuomo, I could murder elderly people and molest them.
Again.
I'm jealous of Andrew Cuomo. Norman Finkelstein. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I'm rocking it now. Excuse me, I'm gay and Italian. I'm gay Italian Andrew Cuomo.
But are you a homosexual?
I'm an Italian American gay, which means that if I grab your tits, it's not sexual harassment.
It's not sexual harassment. I can't.
It's just, it's my culture.
It's my gay culture to grab your tits.
Well, no, it's the Italian American culture to grab your tits, but because I'm gay, that means it's not sexual harassment.
That one was good. That laugh in the middle of that was really good.
So good.
That was all me, baby.
Sorry to interrupt. You got derailed by the laugh, man.
I got owned by it.
That was perfect.
It was perfect.
You're a German bee.
Hey,
That was the
broken
correct thing to
clock
do
something.
right then.
Fucks your mom.
Hey, I hope you give her aftercare.
Methods of mayhem are filthy and Dutch. Walking into your party and spiking the punch. Oh, okay.
Wait,
that one.
what?
Yeah. How'd you like that one? That's an old song. That's an old ass
Can you
song.
really believe on this Mamdani election that they really sat here and tried to push Cuomo down people's throats and thought it would be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they thought
they thought
Hillary Clinton
they
didn't need to
respond to
campaign in
everything the same way
2016.
by doing that.
See, I think two different things can be true. I think on the one hand, they sincerely believed he didn't even have to have a campaign. He would win by birthright and DNC right.
That's blue MAGA. That is the blue MAGA part of it. They're just completely out of reality at that point, right?
But listen. So I believe that they could simultaneously hold these two thoughts in their head. That and the other thing, which is it doesn't matter as long as we get the campaign donations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought he was going to win, but it didn't really matter as long as they could get the donation.
Yeah.
But he's going to win, but we need those donations.
Facts.
That's what I think the thinking was in that. If you want to call it thought, I think it's almost more reflexive at this point than anything. I mean, it's gotta be some sort of like reflex or muscle memory, because like how else could you work on Dianne Feinstein's final campaign?
It reeks of wild intellectual dishonesty that they would think any of that would work. So like they're not even being honest with themselves at that point.
Well, but hold on. Remember what I said earlier about like having empathy requiring that you think of other humans with as much value as yourself and a rich internal life.
They say, I want Cuomo for the money. And then they throw every idea, manipulate every fact and figure to say that Cuomo will win. And then go, oh, he lost. Even though, like, they're over there playing in the sandbox and with crayons.
Right, but you're not
even writing
supposed
on the
to.
surface.
You're not supposed to have enough of a brain to notice.
Right.
You're supposed to vote blue no matter who.
Correct.
And they're going to find some keys to dangles. Actually, no. They don't even bother to find the keys to dangle anymore.
Do they even at this point realize how hated they are?
Yeah.
Or is that like too self-reflective?
It's what you're dealing with a lot of is like they're fucking hiring these consultants who are just like, we'll get them, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll show you exactly what you want, but also say that your guy's gonna win.
Yeah.
Right, and also, and here's the thing that I didn't know this until recently. Did you know, motherfuckers? And this is not even just politicians. This is the kind of people that hire consultancy firms. If the company is told something by the consultants that they don't want to fucking hear, they just fire them.
Yeah.
After they've paid all that money, because of course the reason that they've got that consultant is because somebody's brother's cousin was,
So a new strategy for the DNC. A new strategy for the DNC. We just play George of the Jungle and put a tree there, and say, "Watch out for that tree." And they still hit it anyway. That's what we do.
Every time. Every time. Fucking brain geniuses.
We just put up a big glass window that's like 12 by 12.
MJP, I just realized that, thank you. You have now explained part of why we use the South Carolina flag for mindful wellness. It's the palm tree that you're going to hit as you're swinging from it. But you don't realize that, like, you can't tie a string to a tree. And
watch out for that South Carolina.
Here come the train of coming blues.
Watch out for that palm, you know. But
Yeah, no, you got
guys,
it. There it is.
Listen.
You also need to watch out for Petey Pablo.
Freak a leak.
We're gonna come on and raise up, man.
Petey
Take that shirt off, wrap it around our
motherfucker.
head, raise like spin like a helicopter.
Hey, I listened to
while you're looking out for Petey Pablo, you need to be looking out for Trick Daddy.
Listen. I was in the American South this past weekend.
Was it by chance the dirty South?
No, I didn't get that. Well, we made it dirty. There was there was a lot of titties.
Okay.
I will say that. And there was actually, we have photographic evidence of like oil being poured on an ass and slapped with the slap leaving like a red hand mark.
What the fuck were you doing? Wrong answers only.
No. Freakily.
Well, no, but it wasn't even. Here's the thing. At the time, it wasn't sexual. I was not involved in this, by the way.
Right.
This is happening around me.
Yeah.
Every
everybody else was
masturbating.
Everybody else was tugging it at work. I wasn't. Everybody else was.
No, because but like none of us were masturbating. Because here's the thing. At the time, it was like a tee-hee, like this is funny kind of thing. But later on, when we were looking at the pictures, like to share to the group chat, my friend who has some of these pictures, she only sent them like every other fucking picture from the weekend, like she uploaded the group chat.
Yeah.
Like, I look at my text thing and it's like 174. I'm like, oh, fuck this. But anyway, there was a block of them that she just sent to the one woman because she was like looking at these, like, I know what was going on, but I didn't feel comfortable sharing these with other people. If you want to share them to the group chat, you can. But I just, no, these are your photos. Anyway, so that was the nice part.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, son.
I totally didn't fucking know this. Did you guys know that in, what was it, like 69 to 74, I think. I would have to look up the dates again. The fucking state of Virginia shut down all public education because they were going to have to integrate. And then they're like, well, fuck it, we're just not going to have public schools.
Nice.
Did you know that was a thing?
No.
What?
I did not.
It sounds like a thing. It definitely
well, no,
sounds
it was.
like a thing.
And it's actually kind of dope. Well, not that action was not dope. But the thing that is somewhat comforting is that there is I don't like a fucking plaque type thing. That was erected and like signed
a Darwin
by...
Award?
But there is a public monument signed by all those men who were like, you know what? We done fucked up. Like, never should have called for that shit. It was wrong. And we did a disservice to a huge number of people. And
All right. Well, we're at the hour. I am going to dip and play some Dune because that shit is tight.
You're like, excuse me, check my contract. I believe I
Sorry,
said
no, not to interrupt you,
1 hour.
Juniper.
well, wait,
Like, I
but
love
why
your,
are you not?
I love your stuff, but I'm going to play some Dune because that shit is so tight.
Why are you
I've been
not
trying not
streaming
to play it,
Dune
but I'm
on
gonna play it
here?
anyway.
Why are you not streaming Dune on here?
Yeah, why are you not showing everybody? Why aren't you showing your homework to the class?
Well, I didn't know you guys were interested.
Well, of course. Duh. I mean, not insinuating you're stupid, but
that a little,
Belong to that
unfortunately,
shit.
I think a little.
he's the smartest one of us here. Stop.
I don't know about that.
I have this habit of not sharing things, even though I should.
Yeah.
Like, I see the best thing ever,
Share with
and
the
like
ass.
instead of
Get it?
showing
But-
people, I just kind of like sit there like, yeah, this is the best thing ever.
But here's the thing.
That is why
part
you
of
review
why I
stream,
know
Vandal.
you're a genius.
That is-
That's part of why we know you're
Yeah.
a genius, because you don't
First time
just
review is the best thing ever.
you just say it.
Ever. It's like,
You don't even put a picture up of it.
nah, it's fine.
It's really
go,
good.
Go at it. Go get it.
Oh, it's really
It's
good,
really good.
guys.
I'm going back in, guys.
Yo, man, this shit is amazing. You don't want none of it. It's so
Nah,
good.
you don't get none of that.
You don't want none of
Listen, Dewey, you don't want none of this.
it. What is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't suck the glass dick.
Yeah.
Don't eat the spice, MJP. Don't eat it.
I am the spice. Spice
I'm
girl.
Spice gotta flow.
If you want to be my
I don't feel very good. I feel sick. I don't even know what that was.
Wait, so you
Jesus
read
Christ, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you said Doom, Doom, not Doom,
Oh no,
Dune.
that is tight. That is tight as well. The Doom is tight, but
Yeah.
not like the Dune.
What are you
The Dune is
streaming?
even tighter.
Do you have feelings about Quake?
I do enjoy me some Quake. It's they haven't had anything really new come out in a while. I remember Quake Champions.
Well, I
that was
mean,
tight.
has Doom? I just always saw Quake.
No,
as
Doom
the-
just put out a game like literally like last month.
Yep.
Wait, but I thought Quake was the sequel to Doom. How is Doom going around doing
So Quake struggled to shift its formula into something else. Whereas Doom is sort of like it's its own game genre now. So like
Well, wait, so
essentially with the market, with the game market, you
thing?
can either dominate a well-known genre, or you can create your own genre and you do the best job. So like your Mosu games, like your Samurai Warriors, that's its own genre. They have no competition. That's where
Wait,
you want to be.
Weren't Doom and Quake basically the same game, but just with slightly
They were
better?
back in the 90s. They were
That's
essentially
what I'm
the
talking
same.
about.
But then Doom went off to create its own genre.
What?
Yeah.
I don't.
There are entire copies of games that are all just Doom.
All right,
It's a whole ecosystem of Doom games. Doom likes,
All right.
they used to call it.
Now, listen, Dan doesn't want me to mute tonight and execute like mic discipline. I'm doing good. So hold on.
Make it real awkward. I like it.
Trady survived about.
Ball with the
Well,
ball.
I was going to go because I want to chat with one of my friends who's in the game so we can better coordinate the game. Because at some point we're gonna have to get into guilds and stuff, so we can get to the best stuff at the end.
Oh, so you're not just playing; you're also giving us like a tutorial and overview.
No, he's saying he's bailing. He's saying
specifically
he's
not.
I said I'm going to bail. I'm going to bail here soon, but I can show you.
Oh,
check out my Conan chick. Fucking vicious looking.
Vicious bitch.
So in this, you're basically a vampire. You run around draining people's blood.
Sounds Harkonish.
Mm-hmm. Building bases and
what's her favorite
draining people's
weapon?
blood. I like guns. So far I got a unique gun. It's still based off of an early game gun, but I haven't gone to the actual area. I'm only in the tutorial area right now because I was trying to let my friend catch up.
Because that bitch seems to me like she might like blades. I'm just saying.
The thing with blades is people have to run up to you when you use blades.
Oh, because the whole like power belt thing.
Well, no, they can use powers to like run up on you, sure, and they have shielded weapons.
No. I mean
they have
the that's what I'm talking about, like the power shield, because it's like speed activated, right?
Yeah. So what
you can't run
what I'm
at
saying is
them.
they still have to run in your direction from where they are. So
Now,
in that time, you can
Exactly.
find out that they're shielded and switch to a knife in that time. Otherwise, you're just using your gun.
Can I ask one thing real quick? And I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
Now, you said in this case they have to run up to you at a certain speed. Now, if they slow down, do they explode? Is that the plot of Doom?
What? No.
That's not the plot. Okay, so I have become confused about something.
Different movie.
She's talking about they have like shields that are vibration based, so if anything fast comes at it,
Yes.
it blocks it.
Well, I was just wondering that if it's like vibration based and it's speed based, if it's slowed down, if it would then be destroyed.
It's actually the opposite. If it gets over 40 miles an hour, it will explode.
If it goes under 40 miles an hour, it will explode. Okay.
Over.
Wait, but
like here we got a shielded guy right there. So I just switched to the knife.
Very original.
You know,
no one's ever had this idea.
Hit him off a couple times.
That's fair.
Oh, not get murdered.
So try not to get
murdered.
And I go for that last slow hit. It's only about that slow hit.
Well, if I remember,
it's relatively easy to do.
If I remember in particular, this piece of equipment was called the shield that couldn't slow down. Am I correct? Is that what the shield's name is?
That's exactly right.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, and then they came out with the shield that couldn't slow down too, and it still had like the pretty part was the same, but then like the action part of it, they tried to convince you it was the same, but it was different, and they just never explained that.
That was the sword that couldn't slow down.
Yeah, they still have guns and grenades and shit. And like
but
vehicles.
Wouldn't one of those shield belts protect against a bullet?
So
I think speed, right?
Yeah, it's speed based, so it should protect against a bullet because the bullet's going
I think
faster.
you're talking about something that would be like super expensive for everybody to have on like large vehicles.
No. I'm talking about like the people. I'm not talking about shooting a 50 cal at like an armored vehicle.
Right.
I'm talking about like shooting another person, like stabbing them suddenly wouldn't work any better because they're both like mass moving at speed.
Right? I, however, am going to run. So have a good night, everybody.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Later. Yeah, and I'm gonna dip too. Sorry, guys. Oh, you want to see the game real quick? I just killed a bunch of guys.
Just like that.
Just like that.